Wisdom that keeps you safe. Know when to speak and when to wait. Ecclesiastes 8 verse 4 to 6. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, What doest thou? Whosoever keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore the misery of a man is great upon him. Welcome to Life is a Test. These are life lessons from King Solomon, part 58. The meeting grew tense as accusations filled the room. Everyone spoke at once, trying to defend themselves. Marcus knew the truth and could have exposed everything, but he sensed the moment was too heated, so he stayed silent. Meanwhile, a co-worker spoke recklessly, and his words were quickly used against him. Later, when emotions settled, Marcus calmly shared the truth with leadership in private. His restraint preserved his credibility, built trust, and helped resolve the situation wisely. Later that evening, Marcus reflected quietly. Speaking at the wrong time could have cost him everything, but restraint preserved him, because wisdom is not just knowing what to say, it's knowing when to say it. Solomon captures this principle in Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 5, when he teaches us that wisdom is not loud rebellion, but thoughtful obedience paired with discernment. Solomon's counsel begins with a grounded perspective about authority. Throughout Scripture, rulers are presented as wise guardians of order. Judges, kings, magistrates, and officials entrusted with power for the good of society. That power includes the right to command, to restrain, and when necessary, to punish in order to preserve peace. These roles are not accidental. The Bible presents them as instruments God allows to maintain justice and safety. Solomon begins with a promise that obedience brings protection. To keep the commandment means respecting authority as a whole, not selectively obeying only what we prefer. The evil thing Solomon mentions is not random misfortune, but the real consequences authority can impose, such as discipline, loss, or punishment. When a person lives as a respectful citizen, there is little reason for authority to rise against them. Scripture clearly affirms this, that rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Civil obedience often places a person under both governmental favor and God's favor, since authority ultimately operates under God's allowance. However, this principle goes beyond the government of a country. It applies to every structure God has established: homes, churches, workplaces, and communities. Learning to honor authority positions us for peace, stability, favor, and growth. We now know that success is not only tied to brilliance or ambition, but to understanding authority and responding wisely to it. Solomon is not advising us to be blind as it pertains to obedience, but that we should have a balance. He says, a wise man's heart discerns both time and judgment. Wisdom is not only knowing what to do, but when and how to do it. Times do change, and wise people must pay attention. God shifts seasons. He shifts leaders. He shifts circumstances. And wisdom requires flexibility. When a ruler's word carries force, it is rarely wise to respond with rash confrontation. Often, the better path is to seek understanding, to use proper channels, and to address concerns lawfully rather than impulsively. I learned this lesson personally. I was being recognized for my teaching and leadership, even without a formal title. When my immediate supervisor failed to apply strategies we discussed, I bypassed her and went directly to the principal. But instead of supporting me, the principal used wisdom and corrected me for not respecting the chain of authority. That single conversation taught me that many people hinder their own progress, not because they lack ability or qualification, but because they lack submission and respect for authority. Scripture also shows us moments when faithfulness to God required resisting human authority. Daniel continued to pray despite the king's decree. Peter and the apostles declared, "We must obey God rather than men." Moses' parents hid him to preserve his life. The Hebrew midwives defied Pharaoh's commands to protect innocent children. Rahab sheltered the spies, and Gideon moved quietly until God's timing was right. These were not reckless acts of rebellion, but responses shaped by discernment, courage, and faith. Wisdom understood when to submit openly and when obedience to God required a different path. We need that same wisdom today. And so Solomon reminds us that true wisdom does not demand compromise. It is revealed in everyday decisions, knowing when to remain silent, when to stand firm, when to step forward, and when patience is wiser than reaction. This wisdom approaches authority without fear, pride, or hostility. It speaks with respect and acts with restraint. Above all, it requires a conscience shaped by scripture and prayer, so that when human authority conflicts with God's commands, we are prepared to respond with clarity, humility, and courage. The goal is not merely to resist or comply, but to honor God while preserving our witness and our ability to serve others faithfully. This kind of wisdom moves us beyond constant complaint into faithful engagement, supporting what is right, contributing to our communities, and navigating difficult seasons with grace and conviction. In a world quick to react and slow to reflect, the wise stand out through thoughtful, steady obedience. Will your response to authority reveal wisdom or impulse? When the moment comes to choose between pride and discernment, which voice will guide your actions? Wisdom that keeps you safe. Know when to speak and when to wait. Have a blessed day with a great and awesome God. Blessings.